Welcome to Ignitefire. My name's Jacob, and this is Jeff Sherrill.
I'm going to say this is Ignitefire. This is Jeff Sherrill, your leadership coach and public speaker. Jacob Alvarado, what did we say? Controversial, unconventional, not your everyday.
Slap your mama.
Yeah. With the biscuits and gravy.
Tell it like it is.
That's right. Tell it like it is.
Kind of preaching.
I'm not tell you what. If you have not seen this man speak, he's posted some of his recent sermons. Go watch him. He is fire.
Well, thank you, Jeff.
Oh my gosh. I'm like, man, we just got blessed.
Well, thank you.
Yep.
And thank you guys for watching. This is live, and this is Ignitefire. So we're going to go down the rabbit hole of Stephen Wilson Jr. And people have really been enjoying Stephen Wilson Jr.'s music.
You have found a gem, my friend.
And what's interesting is you said something right before we jumped on live, is you said you finally found your voice or your calling.
Yes. Yeah.
And what's interesting, I was listening to Stephen Wilson Jr. live at the print shop, and he was a songwriter, and he didn't perform the songs or sing the songs. And like there was the song "I'm a Song," and he performed it live at the print shop. And when the guy was talking to him, he was sharing about his father, and he wrote this song, and his dad told him, he's like, "That's my favorite song. Why don't you sing it?" And he said, "I don't do that." And it's interesting because now that his father's passed, he's like, "I'm gonna do that," and he started singing his own songs, and now he's blowing up.
Well, right. And so it's so funny. And how many of you guys have this in your life where, one, remember the movie Coyote Ugly?
Oh, yeah.
So the girl in there, like, oh, I can't sing. But then, like, she gets put into a situation where she has to sing. It's like, the leap of faith.
Yeah.
And then everything changes. She, like, takes that leap and everything changes. But then, and we were sharing earlier while Jacob made an amazing avocado egg breakfast with sourdough bread.
Yeah.
That there are things that people have shared with me, like, Jeff, you should do this, Jeff, you should do that, like a year ago. And I started doing it recently because it felt like it was time. But how many times are the things that people have shared with you or encouraged you on that it was like a seed planted, but either you or life wasn't ready for it to sprout and germinate and to grow. But then the time comes and you're like, oh, this, and this. It's kind of like MacGyver, right? Like all of a sudden you start to see all the answers around you, and you put them and you take that leap of faith. And now you're ready to go, and you see that, and then of course it manifests or creates in front of you.
That's something that I've been stepping into recently, where I was trying to find my voice. I'm 39 years old, really? Trying to find my voice. And when I get asked to speak somewhere, I'd put all my lists together, I'd put all this teaching together, PowerPoints, like putting all this information together so I could share it. And I realized that's not me. I'm not that guy. I'm not a teacher. I'm not. I get up and I just share with people from my heart things that have radically changed my life. And when I do that, that has been more effective than putting a 3-point PowerPoint, sermon together and then coming out and trying to share that.
Wait, what's been more effective?
Just sharing from my heart.
Just getting out there and just letting it fly.
Getting out there, letting it fly, and saying, this is what... And what's crazy is because I don't have to think about that. I know what's radically changed my life. And so when I get up to share that, and I just share from a place of experience, I'm sharing with you exactly what happened to me, and this is what I did. That's more effective. And I think, being part of men's groups, and I was part of I've been part of Scott's group, and this was something that I noticed in there, and I've noticed in other groups that have been very effective, is somebody will start sharing, well, most Christians and everyone struggles with this, and then the question comes, what about you? What do you struggle with? What are your challenges? Because we try to include everyone in this perspective instead of just saying, hey, I'm struggling with this. And I don't know about all of you. It seems like a lot of people struggle with this, but this is what I'm struggling with this.
Well, and it's how we view life through the movie projector in our mind. And we think everyone else is having the same experience.
Yeah.
But we're all looking at the same screen of life, but everyone in every seat is having a different experience.
Yeah.
And notice how, I love what you said there, and I don't know who this is for, but once you got out of your own way and just let it flow, then the magic happens, right? The Holy Spirit is like, good, you've submitted. And watch this. You know what other famous speech is one that everyone knows? And the only reason that everyone knows it and one of the most prophetic speeches is because somebody told that speaker, tell him this, which wasn't on his script.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
No.
Do you know the answer?
No.
I have a dream.
Oh.
You can go watch this. The whole I have a dream speech. And there's this whole like, formal, like, I mean, Martin Luther King, Jacob Alvarado, y'all are great speakers, right?
Yeah.
And he got up there. He's a great speaker, is a great speaker no matter what. Hey, this guy's doing great. But at one point in time, one of his guys in the back says, tell him about the dream, Martin. And that's because Martin Luther King had talked about this dream he had, and his buddy's like, tell about, and everyone thinks the I have a dream speech is the whole speech. It's not. It's like that wasn't even part of the original speech. And he just let it fly. And the history just changed. So step into it, my brother.
Step into it. And we're live. So if you have a comment, leave it in the comment section. We can see it right now.
We got 4 people watching. I know you got to switch to the comments.
Yeah, I got to turn the comments back on.
If we're going to turn the comments on, y'all got to comment.
Yeah.
So get in there.
So join us for a real talk reaction.
Where are you from? Have you heard of Stephen Wilson Jr. before? And if you're part of Stephen Wilson Jr.'s crew, please share this with them because we think he is amazing. And thank you, Jacob, for finding this gem. This guy's music is so real. It is right from the soul. So if you want like real music, not just some produced pop junk or whatever they're throwing out there these days, if you want something that's real and that can really touch a place in your heart and your soul, like Stephen Wilson Jr.'s got to unlock.
Now, I think that Stephen Wilson Jr., just like the title says, is really the future of country music. Now, I don't know if you guys saw.
It's controversial, Jacob.
But Beyonce just won country music.
I heard that.
Artist of the Year. That's like Jenner, Bruce Jenner, first
Woman of the Year or whatever it was.
Of a woman getting Woman of the Year. I don't know about you, but it don't make sense.
When evil wants to deceive and they cross the line, you guys are screwing yourselves over. It's like, it's one thing to deceive and twist things, but it's another thing to just be blatantly lying.
Yeah. And don't get me wrong. I don't believe that Beyonce's a bad artist or singer.
Right. She has a gift that has unfortunately been, taken by the evil one. But
but country, that's not her. Hey, I'm not saying, she needs to be blocked into a
genre.
A genre. Because that's what she was like, don't get blocked into a genre. But first year, I don't know.
Yeah.
It just didn't seem like the kind of music that would, because I've listened to some of her songs.
Oh, I had no clue until somebody mentioned it earlier this week, and I was like, what? And I kept moving on.
Didn't seem to me like real country.
Real country is a lot like what this man is singing. And would you call him country? Is that what they call him?
Country,
I feel like it's blues,
folk, kind of a mix.
But here's the thing, and I had this conversation. My brother-in-law is an amazing art. He's just naturally gifted. Like he can pick up a guitar and just play whatever. Yeah. And we had this conversation one night at his backyard over drinks. Good music is just good music no matter what. Like you can not be a fan of country or rap or something like that, and you can hear it and like, oh, that's pretty good. I can get down with that. And it just is what it is, and this is what Stephen Wilson Jr. produces. He just produces something great,
kind of like George Strait. I know I'm Mexican, but I love me some George Strait. That man's sexy. That man is sexy.
I'm waiting for you to get the country hat on.
I know. I didn't get the country hat, or the cowboy hat. Then because I don't want ICE knocking on my door, putting on my boots in the cowboy hat.
Anyways,
but
George Strait.
I went to one of his last concerts that he did, like two or three before his last one. Mm-hmm. It was phenomenal. Mm-hmm. And he played songs that were his number one hits from years ago. And the stadium's filled, people are stomping. All that to say, good music is good music.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter what.
And this is some of it. So I'm excited. I haven't heard any of these songs yet. I kind of, they're like Christmas gifts, and I love opening them in the presents. So I come here to get my Steve Wilson Jr. on.
All right, we're going to press play,
What are we listening to here?
This song.
Give me the setup.
This
is like Christmas morning. Like, all right, hey, honey, I got this for you.
Yeah.
Like, super special.
Okay, so this is Steven Wilson Jr. Billy. Mm-hmm. I think it says it's acoustic. Mm-hmm. And so
that means instrument.
I've only heard snippets of this song. I haven't heard the whole song.
Oh, okay.
So I'm going to be listening to this one for the first time with you. Mm-hmm. And then also we're going to listen to Steven Wilson Jr.'s Grief is Only Love. Mm-hmm. And I have not heard that. So some songs that we've been playing on Steven Wilson Jr. has been stuff that I've heard before. Mm-hmm. And just want to play and listen with you guys that are watching.
They've been great.
But these two, a little different. Haven't heard them.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. We're going
Billy.
We're going some different perspectives, different edges of the,
Now when I hear Billy, whenever I hear the name Billy, it reminds me. Hold on, let me move this out the way. It reminds. I don't know if you guys remember. It's an older movie with Jim Carrey, and it's the cable guy, and he's in the jail, and he has that glass, and he pulls his nipple out, and he places on the glass, and he's like, Billy.
Out of here.
Oh, Billy.
That's what I think of when I hear Billy, but I'm sure that has nothing to do with this.
I think there's a song out there, and I don't know if it's like, I feel like it's like James Dean or Billy. I don't know. Anyways, there's a song that it'll come to my mind when I hear this. It keeps running through my head every time we talk about this.
Okay.
All right.
Well, guys, get ready. Let's press play. Steven Wilson Jr. Billy Acoustics.
Let's go.
Like Charlie Daniel, my throat little the devil thumb with a bit. I'm the baddest thumb with a bit that ever lives. Yeah, I can sing pretty good sometimes.
I believe it.
Yeah.
First off, we have to stop it every time at the start.
Yeah.
Because why?
So just so guys to let you know, we do stop this video periodically to make comments on it. I hope that YouTube does not shut us down, because they sometimes do shut us down when we're listening to music live. Mm-hmm. But I hope that we can play through this. If not, it's being recorded, so that way we'll get it out. We can go back.
Yeah,
but
circumvent the.
But yeah, we do stop the music periodically
to comment and share our thoughts. So, and then share your thoughts too. Get it. If you want to listen to the whole video, then go listen to the whole video. If you want to come and hang out, come hang out.
Yeah, we're just drinking some coffee on a Saturday. Feeling
Anybody else need
good.
that afternoon coffee hit?
Yeah. Here we go.
After men's group.
That guy kind of reminds me of the guy from Ricky Bobby.
Where kind of fuck are we going? That's where I got a book call that my better.
Mm-hmm. You know the
one. Well, what I was going to comment and say is what is so funny, and I've had those experiences, with people that speak that way, which is great. And you're spending half your brain energy trying to like form the real words of what they're saying. It's like, and the other part is they have like so much dip in their mouth, which contributes to. I mean, look at me. I'm just telling you. I'm like, really? There's people that still dipping. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
So,
well, and then, I don't know if you guys saw the press conference with Trump. Okay. And then they had some lady from another country, and she was asking a question, and he's like, "You have a beautiful voice. Beautiful voice. I don't understand a word you're saying." He just went. Right, he just moved on.
They mean well. You want to give him a hug, but I have no clue. You could have just cussed me out. And I have
beautiful
no idea.
Voice. Yeah. Beautiful voice. I have no idea what you're saying.
That's great.
Okay,
straight truth.
Let's pull this up and let's press play.
Believe it. Yeah.
See? Get that dip in there. That's cool.
I've spent plenty of moonlight nights slinging hell in a gutter and skin a buck with one hand, clean a bluegill with the other. There's a coating of neat, strong, lonely bottle of beer. I'm a willing volunteer. Yeah, you can call me Billy, but the hills come with me. Half mud, blood, half mule kick, whiskey. Feeling right at home when it all goes.
Go ahead. Speak on it.
I mean, we were watching a little bit earlier, and like obviously Billy, the hills come with me, so hillbilly. little mud on the tire, right? Mentioned being the mud, and then like the whiskey. I was like, that's hilarious.
Yeah.
So yeah, the moonshine. So my origins are out of through West Virginia, dirt floors of West Virginia. That's where my grandfather, comes from. I get a lot of my genetics from him. So we've been back to hang out in West Virginia. You drive through those hills and stuff. It's just like, this stuff is real. It's real, which is great. I mean, they're good people. So it's like, they're good people everywhere. So the stuff you talk about, you're like, that's part of the culture, man. That's what it is. It's like, go, when in Rome, be in Rome.
Yeah. And talking about moonshine, I have Italian in me. My grandpa was Italian, half Italian, half Mexican. Mm-hmm. And he came from Texas. And back in the moonshine days, he used to make moonshine in the tub and then they would pour it in these 7-Up bottles or Sprite bottles and then pay off the police with it.
Oh, that's awesome.
Kind of cool.
My brother-in-law, they had made some moonshine. It's good. So.
Have you guys ever tried moonshine?
There we go. Yeah. Give us your thoughts.
I don't drink.
And if you make it, put it out there. Let us know. And have some for the cops when they come and find you.
Yeah. There you go.
Share a lot.
I'm digging this tune.
The microphone's awesome.
Have me on kick whiskey, feeling right at home when it all goes south. Chevy truck running my mouth, got a strong southern drawl. I'm a fool cannonball in a kiddie pool kind as the day is long. Fighting with a fist full of fire on a hot fence fire, light right down to the bone. Yeah, you can call me Billy, but the hills come with me. Yeah, you can call me Billy, but the hills come with me.
Okay.
Doggone it.
If you're watching this in the middle of America, you've driven past this scene right here. You know it. And the reason I say that is my in-laws have 50 years ago, when they just first got married, had no money, they got in on a timeshare in the middle of Arkansas. It's this big man-made lake. And to get there is like 2.5 hours of the windiest backhill country road to get to this place. It is the worst driving. But like you're passing, this is a middle America.
Yeah.
You're passing this all the time. And I'm the type of guy, like we used to do Sunday driving through Michigan when I was a kid. And so I believe that Stephen Wilson Jr. is from there. So it's like, I'm used to just looking out the window and just watching the world go by, and it's like, this is exactly what you see, like burnt out stuff, just tons of, like, why does that person have a tractor and 4 cars and like live in a shack? Like if you'd sell a couple of those, fix one of them up, you could probably get a nice house.
Yeah.
But it's like, that's just the way it is, Like, all right, no judgment. My house is kind of trash, so.
They can call you Billy, but the hills come with it.
No, I'm from middle of India, northern Indiana. I don't know what to tell you. I don't like the cold anymore, so that's why I came to Arizona. Hang out with my man Jacob.
Weather is beautiful right now.
It's amazing.
In our backyard of Arizona.
That's right. No rain.
Yeah, you can call me Billy, but the hills come with me. Collard green, cast iron, cornbread, pig on a griddle. Out in the back is a soundtrack stacked with a fiddle, with words stretched wide as a tandem mountain line high. Spoke slow and deeply fried. Yeah,
That's good.
You can call me Billy, but the hills come with me. Half mud blood, half mule kick whiskey. Feeling right at home when it all goes south. Chevy truck running my mouth, got a strong southern drawl. I'm a fool cannonball in a kiddie pool kind as the day is long. Fighting with a fist full of fire on a hot fence fire, light right down to the bone. Yeah, you can call me Billy, but the hills come with me. Hey!
I got one for you.
Go for it.
So I went to Purdue University, which is in the middle of Indiana, and one of the big parties that we would have would be called a barn dance. And we would go to somebody's like barn in the middle of the country somewhere. We would get on a bus from campus and go to this barn, and you would dress as hillbilly as you possibly could, like overalls, flannel shirt. If you had one of those, like a cap like this, but it would say like tobacco or like skull across the front, right? Which half of them already had because they're from this culture. So and that you would just go out there and you would just like embody, this hillbilly lifestyle and the fun of it, like Fireballs and, Pabst Blue Ribbon and all that stuff and Old Mill. And it's just, it was just kind of fun. But I remember when I started working, the first job I had was a public accountant, and we had the client Philip Morrison. And we had to go to the middle of Kentucky to this, center where they would bring the tobacco in.
Yeah.
And I mean, like, these are the people you're talking. I'm like, you're this like accountant in a suit, like that's just, checking the numbers, make sure that everything's coming in right. And this is America.
Yeah.
And like for me, it's like, I'm like, oh yeah, I used to work with these people and hang out with them and I went to school with them. So I'm like, it was fine. But I just, look like this corporate dude. But, the best was like, I remember I was like, can I get one of those cool, tobacco hats?
Yeah.
Because I know if I go back to a party, I'm like, this hat I'm gonna wear is gonna be like pure genuine gold. And it's just this stuff right here. And I'm like, I just have such an appreciation for it. So
heck yeah. All right, let's go back.
Yeah, you can call me Billy, but the hills come with me. Hey! Yeah, you can call me Billy, but the hills come with me. Hey! Yeah, you can call me Billy, you can call me Billy, you can call me Billy, but the hills come. Yeah, you can call me Billy, but the hills come with me.
yes.
Yeah, you can call me Billy, but the hills come with me. Yeah, you can call me Billy, but the hills come with me. Half mud, blood, half mule, kick, whiskey. Feeling right at home when it all goes south. Chevy truck running my mouth, got a strong southern drawl. I'm a fool, cannonball, and a cutie pool, kind as the day is long. Fighting with a fistful of fire out of hot fence wire. Lie it right down to the bone. Yeah, you can call me Billy, but the hills come with me. Hey! Yeah, you can call me Billy, but the hills come with me. Hey! Yeah, you can call me Billy, you can call me Billy, you can call me Billy, but the hills come with me. You can call me Billy, you can call me Billy, you can call me Billy, but the hills come with me. Yeah, you can call me Billy, but the hills come with me. Yeah, you can call me Billy, but the hills come with me.
Yeah.
Man, that guitar has a sound to it. That thing is well worn.
Oh yeah.
That's awesome.
Oh yeah.
That adds to the flavor of this music of his particular song.
Oh yeah. I think I was listening to one of his talks back at live with the print shop, and he was saying he has that same guitar that he plays every night that he does a concert, and he says he looks down at the floor and there's just the wood shreds of his
You can see it if you're paying attention. It's not like this brand new, high end guitar. Like, this is like my, the OG car. And
he's like, I'm killing it with this guitar.
But it's interesting because that adds to the essence of his music. Like, if you gave him a brand new guitar, you would actually be taking away from his genuine, authentic sound.
Yeah.
That's a beautiful thing.
They just got to refurbish it.
Don't touch that guitar.
As long as it holds the strings together.
Exactly. As long as it holds it together, right?
Well, we got 7 people watching.
Hey.
Thank you guys for clicking on today's video. We are live going through Steven Wilson Jr. And you guys can leave a comment and we can read that real time. And we'll give you guys some shout outs there for those who are jumping on, whether it's Facebook, Instagram, or YouTube. And so we are going to do the next song.
Well, I got something for you. One, if you're jumping on and you just got here, please share where you're coming in from. Does this resonate with you? This was kind of a fun song, Billy.
Yeah.
Especially if you've driven through Middle America and Arkansas and Missouri and Indiana and all that stuff. But But you shared with me earlier, before we jump into the next song, an interesting story about this man who, when you look at him, it doesn't look like that. But then if you put a lab coat on this guy, like, I can see this.
Yeah, so earlier I was telling, because I've been really interested with Stephen Wilson Jr., and I found out that he was an actual scientist. Like, he's a smart dude, and went to school and got his education and was working as a scientist. If you guys know the story, leave some comments in the comment section. But there was a phrase that he said that there was a moment in his career where he knew that they were about to put the golden shackles on him.
Okay.
Because he was going to start breaking into a bigger tax bracket with his income. But he knew that if he took it, he had been locked in. And most people that got to that position end up becoming lifers in his career because the money's too good and they don't want to walk away. But he was making music. He loved music. And so he had to make a decision. Do I continue with this great income and profession for the rest of my life? Or do I follow my passion? And thankfully, for all of us, he followed his passion.
Yeah.
And it actually worked out.